UFC 311 has just taken place. Time to give a reaction and recap of every single fight on the card. Starting with Islam Makhachev versus MOICANO, because Arman Tsarukyan decided to do an interview with some washed up meat and essentially decided to pull out the fight because he essentially did some weird wrestling drill and pulled his back. Yeah, what is he doing? But on a recap of this fight, Moicano was actually doing really well, to be honest. He was honestly doing good. He was like landing good kicks. He was landing good punches too, jabs and stuff. But Islam made his reads, slipped on the outside, took him down. It almost looked like he let him get up, let Moicano get up, and like he almost let him get up to take his neck. It was a weird one. It really did look like that, because it was not like he was trying to stay on top of him. It really looked like he just held back a bit and then just tried to dart and then decided to dart him. But yeah, good finish from Islam. If he didn't finish in the first round, people would have called him shite. So it's very good that he did this. Now I think the move, we need to give Arman his chance. He deserves it. He's beaten good contenders. Who's Oliveira beat? He beat Michael Chandler. Well done. Or what you could do is make Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan for the title shot, maybe an interim belt, while Islam goes up to 170 to fight either Belal or Shavkat, which I think Belal's going to win that one. So I think Islam is the undeniable go-to lightweight now. He's got some good wins on his record. In fact, I'm going to go through his record right now, because I think he has one of the most underrated records of all time. So obviously we've got Moicano. He beat Moicano literally last night. He beat Dustin Poirier back in June. He beat Volkanovski in October. He beat Volkanovski again in a very razor close fight in February. He beat Charles Oliveira in October 2022. He beat Bobby Green. I'm not calling him King Green. That is cringe. He's beat Dan Hooker, Thiago Moises, and Drew Dober, and Arman Tsarukyan ages ago. I guess you could say Gleason Tebow, because he technically did beat Khabib. You can argue he beat Khabib. But yeah, he has a very good record. I'm saying all them wins right there are better than Khabib's wins. Let's have a look at Khabib's wins. Right. Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, Ali Quinter, Edson Barboza, Michael Johnson, Rafael dos Anjos. Yeah. Right there. Like, Khabib's best wins right here are Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor. Ali Quinter was mid, and he struggled like hell against him. Edson Barboza was a dominant performance. He was a good fighter too. Michael Johnson is a 50-50 fighter. Rafael dos Anjos was a former champion at the time. So, yeah, Islam is now the new lightweight GOAT. There's no denying it now. And as well, if he goes up to 170, wins the belt, defends it one time against the winner of like Leon Edwards, Jack Della, which I think he's got a really good chance of beating him. Either of them. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, Islam is just best fighter right now. Even though I did say he struggled against Poirier and Volk. But let's just say it was the weight cut and the staph infection, because he did look good in this fight. Even though he was getting pieced up. But yeah, moving on to co-main event. MERAB DVALISHVILI versus NURMAGOMEDOV. Oh, I was so wrong. No, to be fair, this was a really close fight. So the first round and the second round were pretty much the exact same. MERAB just looked shite. Just doing what he does. Just shoot a takedown, gets defended. And Umar made him look terrible, to be honest, in the first two rounds. It was close, because these two are both the most low output fighters known to man. And MERAB couldn't finish a guy with a broken hand. This is MERAB for you people. This is MERAB. Yeah. MERAB is honestly a weird fighter, but in the third round, you can argue Umar won because the first half of the third round, it was like the last 2 rounds, but then he has cut him. But then the last, like, 2 minutes, I guess, 2 minutes and a half, he was just getting, like, he was getting laughed at. It almost looked like I guess MERAB wins pretty much through, like, the body posture of his opponent, like body language. That's the word, body language. Like, Umar looked defeated after that third round. Looked even worse after the fourth round, and even worse after the fifth round. But yeah, I'd probably disagree with the decision and say Umar should have won. But because he's a Dagestani and his fan base are horrible, I wish Khabib stayed around to fight Oliveira and get choked out. But yeah, I'd say Umar probably edged this, and it is a bit of a robbery, but it's not major. It's a close fight. I'd have to rewatch it to do a proper analysis on it, but yeah, it was a close fight. The last 2 rounds by MERAB were the most dominant rounds, like, ever. Like, he made Umar look like a bottom feeder thing, but at bantamweight. But the thing is, he still couldn't finish an Umar who broke his hand in the very first round. What? And then you've got people like Joe Rogan. I'll talk about Joe Rogan at the end of this. I'll talk about Joe Rogan at the end of this. But yeah, it was. You know what? For a MERAB fight, it was actually decently entertaining. So I'll give him that. And in retrospect, Sean O'Malley has looked the best against MERAB. He has came the closest. I'd argue he won against MERAB. MERAB clearly won rounds 2 and 4. O'Malley won rounds 3 and 5, clear. And round 1, he did make his nose bleed. That is effective, like, scoring. That is visual damage. Same for Umar with the cut on his cheek. But yeah, I'm not going to moan about this. We've got MERAB as champion, the EPO roid monster. What can we do? What can we do? But moving on to the feature fight of the night. Best fight of the night, don't give a shit. Yuri Prochazka versus Jamal Hill. People need to give Jamal Hill his props, yeah. Because he didn't look his best at all in this fight. But Yuri looks at like his furthest form. When he was talking about improvements in his interviews, you know what, I believe him. I'm never doubting Yuri again. Unless he fights Pereira, then he's definitely getting knocked out. But you know what? Yuri's looked his best. And as well as that, with Yuri, he was using head movement like so well, like not even like not spastic head movement, but like almost like a boxer head movement with his hands at his chest. His hands were not up. His hands were literally, he went from his hips to his chest. Maybe in his next fight we might actually see him next to his chin, and then maybe his forehead. We might see a full Peter Yan transformation, but let's not go that far. Jamal Hill won round 2. Yuri won round 1. Yeah, he dropped him in round 1, so yeah. Round 2 was, he could literally score it either way. Everyone's going to score at Prochazka because everyone hates Hill. But it was super close, could go either way. In round 3, he got dropped twice, and then the final drop, the third drop, so he dropped him 3 times. He got on top of it and just started fucking pelting him, and then won the fight. You know what? No one beats Yuri Prochazka outside of Alex Pereira at light heavyweight. If he wants to move down to middleweight, if he can make that, I'm happy with it. And I think everyone else would be. But let's hope Ankalaev beats Pereira and then Prochazka beats Magomed. Because I think Prochazka is the most entertaining fighter at light heavyweight. Simple as that. But moving on to Jailton Almeida versus Sergey Spivak. Now this is the second most entertaining fight of the card, and as well as this, and it's the most entertaining fight of Jailton Almeida's career. What is this? What is this? But I didn't see much of the fight. I literally just saw the knockout. And I did see Sergey Spivak did take him down in the opening seconds. And then my stream crashed. And then I cut to him getting knocked out. So I didn't see the fight. I should have probably watched it before doing the video. But Jailton Almeida had a fun fight for once. So rare. If you start having fights like this more often, you might be a fan favourite, pal. But yeah. Kevin Holland versus Ryan Derrida. Kevin Holland just sat there, a typical beach fish in grappling. What can you do with Kevin Holland? I say give him Bo Nickel. It's a bad matchup, but I don't care. But Brian Derrida beat him in the first round submission. I think it was a Darce choke or an Anaconda choke. Yeah. And as well, when people call him DDP, he does really look like DDP. Like, just his, stature and the way he walks and, the way he looks as well. He does look a lot like DDP, which is fair enough. I'm starting to see it more. So, I don't know how Miasha did better than Kevin Holland. But you know what, it is Kevin Holland. If you can, cut him from the sport. If not, yeah. Just straight up. Just didn't even want to win. Didn't even look like he wanted to win. Just got taken down instantly and just subbed. Yeah. I don't even want to talk about this fight. Moving on to the prelim headliner of Peyton Talbot versus Ronnie Barcelos. I am so happy. Peyton Talbot essentially got fraud checked. I don't like the term fraud checked, but he did get fraud checked, straight up. He essentially got grapple fucked the entire fight. He probably enjoyed it. First round, literally, Peyton goes to fake a jab. Barcelos straight underneath, a single leg, nothing to do with the stand-up at all. At all. He wanted nothing to do with it. Yeah, he literally just under him, took him down, got his back at one point, almost RMC'd him. Probably enjoyed that too. Yeah. It was a very sad fight for Peyton Talbot, because Peyton Talbot was put on the prelims as a headliner because everyone was like, oh, we need to watch this guy and all that type of stuff. And he just got grapple fucked, to be honest. Again, he probably enjoyed it. That's why he was smiling in the last round. All things considered, he did lateral drop Ronnie Barcelos in the very last round. And then they sort of scrambled back up, started swinging at each other. He hurt Barcelos, and then he went underneath and just took him down again and just laid there for the last minute. Barcelos pretty much just slugfest it with Barcelos, but it wasn't a slugfest. It was literally it was actually fun, so I can't really say slugfest. On to Zachary Reese versus Zamat Bekov. I think I said that right. Bekov got a finish, and it was a very late finish. It should not have been that late. I don't know. What was the ref thinking? I don't know. At the end, Bekov shouted out the entire cliff of Russia, and I think the entire American top team. I don't know what that was about, but fair enough. Moving on to Bogdan Gustov. You know what? I'm saying it here. Yeah, give Bogdan Gustov a top 7 opponent. He's got a finish. He pretty much got 2 submissions in one fight. Pretty thingy. He tapped out Billy Elakleiner at the end of round 1, but the bell had already rang, so it wasn't classed as a finish the fight. It was classed as he tapped after the bell, so let's get on to the second round. So he got into the second round. I'm pretty sure Bogdan hurt him. He sort of fell, and he got the guillotine, which is fair enough. Good on him. I think he should need. I think he needs. Let's have a look at the rankings and who is unranked, because I think if I'm doing this, if I think I'm right here, I think I've got a good idea for who he should fight next. If none of them are matched up, this is light heavyweight. You know what? You could give him. You could give him Dominic Reyes, but like we need Reyes to go on a title run. You know what? Volkan Ozdemir is a great fight. Fight Volkan Ozdemir. You are number 13 ranked. Volkan Ozdemir is 9 ranked. Give him Ozdemir. He's coming off a KO win over Johnny Walker. Yeah, they're both coming over finish wins. That'll be a great thing for them to do. Moving on to Grant Dawson versus Diego Ferreira. I had Diego Ferreira winning this one, and I was wrong. Very wrong. Essentially, Grant Dawson came back. He has improved striking, actually does something with his control time. He's looking good, and the fact how he pretty much dominated someone who is like high level of lightweight, I'm not gonna lie. I never used to think so, but he is. The fact how he almost beat Gamrot, Diego Ferreira, and Grant Dawson dominating start to finish. That's a really good looking win. But yeah, he had improved striking, actually ground and pounds. I didn't go for any submissions, of course he didn't, but maybe that'll be next in his evolution. And then we'll move on to the early prelims. Oh yeah, I had a mind shit in the shit break. And then we went on to Nakamura versus Gafarov. That was it. Gafarov. Essentially, the wrestler who has been shooting takedowns since a child decided, no, I'm going to strike with him. And I'm pretty sure Gafarov is a power puncher too, which makes it even more retarded. He needs an IQ test, maybe. Maybe needs to go back to school and not even school. Even a school child could make a difference between this man is a wrestler and this man is also a wrestler. I think. I don't know. I can't remember any of his fights. Apparently he's had other fights in UFC. But like, one has meh wrestling and the other one has credentialed wrestling. Who is going to win? You know, the man who has been shooting takedowns since a child, by the way, a fucking child, against Gafarov, who is pretty much just a fat bantamweight. He really is just a fat bantamweight. But yeah, and it's a bantamweight fight. What? Bantamweight fight? Wow, these look massive. I honestly thought it was a lightweight bout. Well, I didn't know that, but yeah. Nakamura decided, I'm going to strike with a powerful puncher, and essentially just got dinged in the head every couple of minutes. Fair enough. Very good win from Gafarov. I would love to say the name of the country he is from. Tajikistan. This is why I don't say names often. But I think Nakamura needs to take 1 year out of the sport, do not fight, and work on maybe shooting takedowns as a wrestler. You know, it's usually instinct. But yeah, moving on to Ricky Tercios, I don't know, Benoit surprise. Ricky Tercios essentially just used his face as defense, as you do. He essentially just walked into punches from surprise. For some reason, an Albanian with an Indian last name. Like I said, weird card. Yeah. There's nothing. It was an entertaining fight, to be fair. Benoit also looked a bit meh. Ricky Tercios is literally just ran into shots and just repeatedly just got like dinked on the chin. I'm saying this when I only watched the third round because it kept on lagging. In every fight I was semi-excited to watch. It is pretty stupid. But moving on to the first fight of the night, which I had to re-watch because I thought it was a robbery. And it was just a close fight. Aliubekov versus Carpenter. I thought Carpenter won, but Carpenter, you can't really argue Carpenter after rewatching it. I'd say it should have not have been a 30-27. It should have been a 29-28 in favour of Alyubekov. The first round was clear. Alyubekov landed elbows on bottom, which was more fight ending than what Carpenter did, just dinking him with a right hand every now and then. Second round was a clear Carpenter round, and the third round, Alyubekov just laid on him. Yeah, as you do. Yeah, this card was very strange, very fucking strange. But I think altogether, I got 1, 2. No, I didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of. So I got this one wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 7 and 5. Not good at all, but a lot of underdogs won. Very big underdogs. I'm really annoyed about the Talbot fight. I was debating on going for them, but I went no because he was old. I shouldn't have done that. He's having like a little Jose Aldo run now after getting KO'd by Umar. Fair enough. And let's go back to the main event. Islam Makhachev versus MOICANO. Yeah. You know what? You got to clap for both of these. Like, just them stepping up on like short notice, especially Islam defending his belt and MOICANO being number 10 ranked. He did well, in all fairness. But Arman Sarukian, yeah, you personally have annoyed me. I know he didn't actually like end the fight because he tried to impress Nina Drama. He did it during sparring, but like, it is what it is. He got himself injured during a weight cut. It wasn't nothing to do with Nina Drama. I was just trying to be funny, and so was everyone else. But it is a knockoff. It is just, it ruined the card, I think. Well, this fight ruined the card. You could literally see on Islam's face on the walkout, he was not happy at all. Yeah, and yeah, MERAB as well. A super close fight. A lot of these fights were very close. Like, MOICANO was winning this round, and then he choked out. This was a close fight. If this went to decision, it would have been a close fight. That was a KO. That was a finish. That was, you know what, you could argue round 2 to Peyton. No, not round 2. You could argue round 2 and 3, actually, to Peyton Talbot, if I remember right. But yeah. Zachary Reese and, yeah, there's an early late finish even. Bogdan Gustov, yeah. I can't believe the Weasel chose this guy. He's literally just trying to be, ooh, I'm a hardcore fan and I know people outside of UFC. Lad, when you watch people fight outside of UFC, 9 times out of 10 they're fighting bums unless it's Cage Warriors. Cage Warriors is the only one where it's like, I will watch a Cage Warriors card. Bellator is shite. PFL is shite. You know, Brave is not too bad. It's like in between. And LFA is also at that sort of level. But yeah. Grant Dawson, yeah, slugged it. But like, it was actually fairly entertaining for a Grant Dawson fight. I think I did have Perez winning, but I just didn't. I just said shit break. Because it was a nice shit break. Benoado, yeah, just got an easy win against Tercio. I'm still annoyed with this. Like, so he was undefeated. Umar was undefeated. Who else was undefeated? There was someone else. Peyton Talbot was undefeated. Who else lost their all? Yeah, Clayton Carpenter. Yeah, 4 undefeated fighters are no longer undefeated. But yeah, it was overall, I'd give this card like a 6.5 out of 10. It was okay. It was weird. I think the MERAB fight kind of ruined the vibe, I think. Even though it was a good fight, but like, I think we all wanted Umar to win a little bit. But yeah, comment your opinions, like the video, subscribe.